Welcome back to Sidelines TV. I'm here today at Starwind Farms in Wellington, Florida with Kate Levy. Kate, how are you?
I'm doing great, Rob. Thank you. How are you?
Great, thank you. This weekend was really special. For the first time in any equestrian discipline, the nation of Israel had a team in the Nations Cup, and Kate was the chef to keep. That's a pretty special honor, isn't it?
It was a very, very special honor, and I was so proud of our team to just be there and raise the flag for the first time.
You have a really illustrious career as a rider. How was it personally to shift gears to being the chef to keep? Sort of like a really great torch to pass on to yourself a bit.
Yeah, it really was. Horses are my passion, and in any way I can support the sport, I want to do so. And it was so great to be part of this team and sort of put everyone together and, help them do their best.
I know that there was a lot of last-minute things coming together. You had a rider that you thought was going to be on the team that wasn't able to due to FEI regulations. And then you found someone, Josh, in Ocala, Florida, that no one really even was aware that he was a rider. How was that?
It was a crazy, crazy experience, but it really also taught me a lot about the word team and the acronym that we have for Team Israel, our nonprofit foundation. Because in my experience, I've seen teamwork do really incredible things before. But in this specific case, I have to say that true teamwork accomplished what I thought would be impossible. Just for an example, I came on last Thursday evening, and we had 2 riders and 1 horse.
Hardly a team.
Yeah, exactly. Truthfully, you want 4 riders and at least 4 horses, and at a minimum 3. But I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to put together a team. Mind you, our definite entries were already due on February 19th. And so on Friday morning, I set out, starting asking a lot of my friends and former colleagues if they knew of a horse that we could literally rent for the Nations Cup event with a rider that they had never heard of. So to say this was daunting is an understatement.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Everybody laughed at me. They wondered if I needed to get therapy, if I had gone insane since the last time they had saw me. Because, who rents a Grand Prix horse for a week? This is something that's virtually unheard of. But to see people actually try and help me and really go out of their way to locate horses that might or might not be available was really astounding. Never would I have ever been able to do something like this for myself as a rider. But this was the very first time Israel could potentially have a Nations Cup team in any equestrian discipline in history, I think moved people and really resonated with them. And people, whether they even knew a lot about our mission or just knew me personally, really came together, and we managed to put together 3 riders and 3 horses in less than 3 days.
Who were the riders?
So our first rider was Danielle Goldstein on Charisma, who's had a fabulous, fabulous season down here in Florida, and both horse and rider are just, really our leaders at this point. They've just they're a match made in heaven, truthfully. Then Elad Yaniv, who's a very, very seasoned rider and has represented Israel on numerous occasions in the past, flew in from Germany on a phone call. Basically, we were like, hey, we want to have a First Nations Cup team, and he left his business and family in Germany and was like, I'm there. Came on a plane, but we didn't have a horse yet for him. And our third rider was meant to be Simon Nisri, but due to FEI technicalities, unfortunately was not able to join us in the 11th hour. But moving forward, we very much hope to have him as a member of the Israeli team, in as much as we really banked on having him as our third rider in this particular Nations Cup. And I found him a horse to ride. The good news is that although he didn't get to participate in this Nations Cup, he did end up purchasing the horse. So for Israel moving forward, we have a great horse and rider combination.
And add horse broker to one of your new titles as well.
Yes, I was an Israeli horse broker, I guess, in that sense, because I did find the horse and match the two, and that was actually a fantastic match. It was just very disappointing that he didn't end up to compete with us. We're excited for the future with him and that horse together.
And who did you get to take his place?
So on Saturday evening, we were just like, well, we really should have 4 riders, because we still didn't know that Simon wouldn't be able to participate. And just in case, something, we better, cover our boundaries here. And on Saturday evening, one of Danielle's grooms told Danielle that she was talking to so-and-so and that she had heard there was a rider from Israel competing in Ocala who originated from Texas but had just come to Ocala to do a few classes. So we located his name and number, called him up, and miraculously he got in the car, drove from Ocala, and came and met me Sunday morning. His name is Joshua Tabor, and we're forever grateful to him, and we're so happy to finally know him and have him as part of our team moving forward as well.
Also, through all of this, you managed to get in contact with Katie Prudent, who is as big a hitter as it gets. What came of that?
Well, that was fabulous. When I took the job as directing this, as the director of this foundation, I immediately, my first choice was Katie Prudent to have as a chef d'équipe. We would need somebody with extensive experience who understood the riders, who understood Nations Cups, European shows, and who was just a very confident person with, all that zeal as well to sort of get the ball rolling and help us gain momentum. Having her on board is truthfully the best endorsement I could ever think of. I contacted her a few months ago that I had, was thinking about her, and she responded very positively, though I hadn't formally offered her the job, but that, I've known her for a really long time, and I just have all the respect in the world for her, so it's truthfully an honor to be able to work beside her and learn from her leadership.
Did you have any other people that were involved in pulling this together for you? I know that Danielle played a large part.
We absolutely did, and I really want to thank them. Nelson Pessoa and Uri Mansour graciously loaned us a wonderful horse for that Elad Yaniv rode, as well as Ivan Rakowski and Javier Berganza. Mm-hmm. That horse was also fabulous. I would almost give my right arm to ride either one of them. If I could ever come back to the sport, I would. If I had those 2 horses in my stable, no doubt. For Joshua Tabor. Simon's horse, what we ended up purchasing, was a deal I arranged with Martin Huggins and Derek Carrens.
Great. And Deb Schultz also helped out?
Yeah, Deb is a founder, and I met her 3 days ago.
That's great.
She is sort of an internet guru, and has worked with Danielle and I over internet, phone calls, emails up until 3 days ago, and she was vital in getting this project off the ground, onto the internet, and so on and so forth.
That's fantastic. Well, I want everyone to know also that this is a stressful thing to go through, and if you couldn't tell, Kate has a cold, and she still showed up. She was really gracious enough in spite of sniffling. I really appreciate it, and best of luck to you, Kate, and to Team Israel in the future.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting with you, and I really look forward to the future of Team Israel.
Great. For Sidelines TV and Kate Levy, I'm Rob Jordan.